Hey guys, and welcome to another Age of Empires 2 team game audio commentary. And in this audio commentary, I have a 4 versus 4 Nomad game that I had just played with my Age of Empires 2 group this evening. Well, technically yesterday, as it's now the early hours of the morning on a Sunday. My girlfriend went out with some of her friends, and that allowed me a gaming session on the weekend. And it just so happened that we had some players on, which was nice because we haven't had too much activity the first half of this year, but it's sort of been picking up the last little while. And so this was the last game of the evening, and I think we played like 4 games or something like that. We actually had some issues with getting the party sorted and players being able to connect to the game, but we got there in the end. So on the lineup for today is I am playing as the Orange Romans. This is the first time that I will be showcasing Romans in a audio commentary. I have played them before on Nomad, I think 2 times, and both previous times that I played Romans on Nomad were both very memorable games, and I lost with them both times. And it was both games where I think I played pretty well, but one game was against Mongols, and Mongols is like a civ counter to Romans, and unfortunately, even though I was carrying hard in that game, there was just nothing that I could do against the Mangudai. And then the first time I played Romans actually was in a 2v2, and I got beaten by Bulgarians with the help of, I can't remember the other civ, it might have been Koreans or something like that. I can't remember exactly. And then also on my team, we've got Matt playing as the Red Vietnamese. Matt's been in several other of my other videos, and he has found that he really enjoys playing Vietnamese on Nomad. It's a very handy civ to have. We've also got Soggy Socks as the Magenta Saracens, and Classic Matters as the Yellow Mayans. And Matters has played pretty much exclusively Incas for the whole of Nomad for like a year or something like that, and then just before this game I suggested to him to try the Mayans because he also is a fan of Britons, and Mayans are like halfway between Britons and Incas. So let's look at the, and then sorry, on the other team we've got OG God Nipple as the Grey Japanese. We've got Petrocilius Wackerman as the Blue Ethiopians, and we've got Chihun Chihomi as the Green Malians, and Jack of Diamonds as the Cyan Mayans. And now, after this game, I looked up the match sort of stats and stuff, and Petrocilius Wackerman is the highest elo player in the game. He's 1352 1v1, and he had reached 1500 1v1 before plummeting back down to 1300. I don't know whether that was deliberately or not, but it's possible that he might be slightly higher elo than his current ranking at least. Alright, so let's look at the villager distribution for my team. So I have 2 villages here. I've got one, so my camera spawned here. I've got one right next to this shorefish, so that's where I'm going to build my dock. And I've got another village over here, and then another one on the other side of the map. Now, technically, I guess I should have probably built my TC here and my dock here, but I actually ended up going for the dock on this one. Matt has 2 also villages very far away from each other, and Matters are all over here, so he's going to be TCing sort of over here. And then Croker's got 2 villages here, so his TC, I'm assuming, is probably going to end up somewhere over there. So I'm going to go to my view lock, and I'm going to start the replay. Alright, so as I was saying, firstly I built the dock. I used the idle villager hotkey to find where my other villages were, and there's a wood line. I was just waiting to see if I could find an extra resource next to the wood line, because it's always good if you can avoid spending wood on a mining camp for one of either gold or stone or something like that early in the game. And then unfortunately my other village is across the other side of the map. That village is going to be walking for a very long time, and I'm actually seeing that Matt putting his TC up there on a hill, and it's also very close to the shore. Now Matters and Matt, I'm just going to quickly take the view lock off for a second. So Matters is TC'd here, and Matt behind him, so they're kind of close together. And Croker's over here, also relatively close to the water, and there's like a little inlet here, so that's sort of it probably means there's a crossing, or there isn't. I think most of the time there's a crossing when there's a river in Nomad. So I'll just go back to my view lock. So I was having a bit of an issue with the pathing, because I think the path through that area got blocked, so I've had to actually manually micro my villager around Matters' TC so that I can actually get to my TC. And my TC is almost ready. I found a geese, so I'm going to take that with me. I could have probably sent it to Matters, but he's already got one. And then we can see that there's a blue villager over there as well. And then when Matt's TC goes up, we'll be able to see the locations of the enemy team because he's Vietnamese. So they're also seeing where the crossing ends. My TC goes up. I can see a gold, I can see a stone, and I can see a berries already, which is really nice. My TC's, it is not near the shore, not rangeable from the shore, which is good. I guess it's kind of annoying that my village is across the other side of the map, but what can you do? I'm Romans. Romans get 5% faster, 5% extra efficiency on their villages, which is really handy. So just going to quickly pause the game and take the view lock off for a second. So now that Matt's TC's up, let's have a look at the enemy positions. So we've got Croker over here, and then he is pretty close to Green's TC, and then he's got Cyan over here. So he's kind of boxed in there, I guess. If we actually look at the map, as I was saying before, it's one of the ones where there's a river, and there's actually 2 crossings and a little inlet over here. And then Croker's TC is here, and he's kind of surrounded by these 2 enemies. Now over here, Matt's got quite an awkward TC spot, but I guess, you know, there are crossings across to Croker. There's one there and one here. And there's actually an enemy, like 2 enemies right here on the same wood line. Basically a stone's throw away from Matt's base, and then Matters is here. Literally 1 wood line away here and 1 wood line away here. So this is going to be a chaotic side of the game. I had absolutely no chance to even look over here while I was playing, so at some point in the replay I'm gonna duck over here and see what's going on. Alright, so I found a boar, I can see a deer patch, I can see a stone, I can see a gold, I can see a berries, and I've got 2 geese to scout with. My village is still on the way from the other side of the map, but I guess the best civ to have that happen with is probably Romans, maybe Mayans, because of the villager efficiency or the extra villager with the mines. And there's a second boar actually, so I'm going to pull that boar into my TC. It's actually good luck. And now I'm getting out my first fishing ship, and I need to build another house as soon as possible. Just going to shoot that villager with a TC. House is going up, and then I killed the boar under the TC. Great. And a little bit of idle TC there just while I was getting the food in. So I didn't have to queue loom, which was good, because normally I'd have to queue loom in this instance, but because I'm Romans, just that extra 5% efficiency allowed me to get the villager out without queuing loom and just have a couple of seconds of idle TC, which is pretty good. I'm doing some force dropping and just keeping my economy going. I've got 4 villages on the board. I could probably get away with 3, but I think when I'm force dropping, it's just ending up on time. A little bit over actually, so yeah, maybe I could take 1 villager off board, but that's fine. Again, with the Roman efficiency, I'm going to be able to keep my TC running and make fishing ships. I am floating a little bit of food there actually, so got 2 houses up. I think that's is that my second fishing ship coming out? Getting the 3rd house up, and I can actually see 3 boars near my TC, including the one that I took in. So that's actually really good. And I'm all by myself. So one of the things that I was saying, the team was saying, is they're all close to enemies. So it's going to be a bit messy, particularly over where Matters and Matt are. But I'm by myself. So I plan to go into this game to play water, and I'll go into Galleys. And then because of my position on the map, I'm in the best spot to do that, because I'm not going to be harassed in Feudal Age on land. And then I can go into a boom after that. That's probably going to be the best strategy. There isn't, like, I probably could, I could go army in Castle Age, but I think I'm just better off leaving them to their own devices and just booming and doing what I can. So the second boar is coming in now. I'm building my 4th house. I've got 7 villages on wood. It's enough to make a few fishing ships. Now, I think I'm thinking about my second building. I'm going to go for the mining camp. So if you're playing water on Nomad, the mining camp is the best building to build first, because it allows you to get to gold early, and that means that when you reach Feudal Age, you should have enough gold in the bank to be able to queue at least 2 galleys or 2 fire ships, if not a couple more. So I'm just focusing on the food at the moment. I've got my few fishing ships out. I'm just going to build an extra house. And I'm going to micro my fishing ships around to try and find some extra deep fish. I've just spotted the Greys right next to me. So that's a bit awkward because Romans really kind of want to play galleys. And I guess they can play fire ships, but they don't get demo ships. So ideally you want to play galleys if you can. I'm just trying to block this third ball coming in with the villager so that to preserve some health on my villager pulling in the ball so she doesn't get killed. Third ball's in. Should be able to click up pretty early. I probably could have force dropped here, but I think I'm just going to go an extra villager. Yep, I'll pick up the extra vill, but I'm going to have enough food to go up on 21 villagers, which I guess is not the fastest time ever, but it's pretty good. And I'm going to have the resources, definitely, to do my strategy. And I've got a good position on the map. I know where everything is, so getting to the second stage of what I want to do, which is boom, is going to be fine as well. So I'm building a lumber camp because I want to be able to get double bit axe straight away in Feudal or very early in Feudal. And I'm thinking, did I actually forget to do that in this game? There was a game I played today where I forgot to get double bit axe, and I was like, why don't I have any wood? I think it was this one. I think I got a bit distracted with the galley micro. So I'm building my second dock. Got 3 villages on gold. 3 villages on gold is enough villages on gold to sustain double dock galley production in Feudal. If you're going fire ships, you'll need 4 or 5 because fire ships cost more gold. So I think I go for a mill here because I want to go market blacksmith to get up to Castle Age. And I can see that either Grey is running his fish or he's forgotten to micro them. Just going to have a quick look. Take the fog of war and the view lock off. Yeah, so it looks like if I go to Grey's point of view, he hasn't scouted deep fish around his dock, and his fish are moving in a funny direction. Alright, so I'm just about to get up to Feudal, 12 minutes 24, which is a pretty good time actually. I'm just about to build a mill, and I've got 2 galleys in the queue, and I've already got an extra 200 gold. I haven't actually had to get loom, because I'm not near anyone on land, so it's kind of a waste to get it, and if I did get loom, I'd have a bit less gold for my galleys as well. And yes, so I have forgotten to get double bit axe here, which is something that I would have normally done, but I guess because I'm Romans, it kind of doesn't really matter as much because of that 5% efficiency. So I'm just going to micro those villagers off the berries onto the deer, because I think the deer food is going to be faster to collect. So I made a couple of galleys, got the blacksmith up early so I can get in fletching. I've got a deer patch that I'm working on there. And then I find it a little bit weird that Grey doesn't have any fishing ships, but here they come. Unfortunately, the player closest to me has to be Japanese. The Japanese get extra pierce armor on their fishing ships, and if that was a regular fishing ship, it would have been down by now. But unfortunately, I have to kind of waste my time, I guess, shooting the Japanese players' fishing ships. So I'm queuing in fletching, queuing up some extra villages, and I'm getting into fire ship because I might need a meat shield for my galleys, particularly if Grey starts to make fire ships of his own. And it's just good to be able to have a fire ship there to work on the dock, and not kind of be too worried about like a fire ship or a demo ship popping out of the closest dock. So I've got a couple of kills here on the fishing ships. Still queuing up villages. I've still got 5 population space and housing. I'm going to start building a market, and I'm going to try and click up the castle as quickly as possible. I've just spotted that Blue's dock is just there, so that's good to know actually. Because after I take down, I've killed quite a few of Grey's fish. He's kind of just given up on it, I guess. He's still trying to run this one away. I've got them housed a little bit here. That's when I queue up loom. Queue up 2 houses after loom. Get that villager on the gold. All right, and there's my teammate Matt's fish. So the hunters have just run out. I've just run out of food under my TC. I don't quite have enough gold once the market clicks up, but I can sell 100 food to get the gold to click up. So I'm just idling. I probably should have queued an extra bill here, but I guess I decided to go Castle Age instead. So I'm going to get to Castle Age at probably like close to 19 minutes, I would say. So I've got 4 galleys with fletching. Again, I forgot to get double bit axe. I got a couple of fire ships out, working on Grey's dock, and now I'm just going to go into Blue's fish. And I'm working on those. 4 galleys kills fish and ships and 2 volleys. I think 3 galleys does exactly the same performance here. So I killed 3 of his fish, just using that dock villager to make houses. Going to try and get that the dock filled, but unfortunately he's microing it. And I'm going to bring a fire ship up close to be the meat shield for my galleys. I'm going to try and get an extra dock down, just chucking up a farm because I'm a bit low on food at the moment. I don't know where that sound came from. I actually was considering changing the economy under attack sound for this game, but I forgot about it. And there we go, Blue has made a fire ship there. So this is the high elo player. And I've got 4 galleys. 4 galleys is a good number to micro down fire ships, and I've got 1 to tank for me. He's just working on the micro. I should be able to take all of these out. And then it's actually my fish that's under attack. So Jack of Diamonds is also going Navy. He's got several fire ships. So that means, and like in some of my other replays that I would have posted last year, possibly, yeah, last year, I would have talked about one of the skills of Nomad is knowing when to give up water. Now, because I'm the only player on my team contesting water, and there are 2 players from the enemy team on water, that kind of means that I'm going to lose 1 versus 2 on water. So I've decided right now that I'm going to give it up, and I'm just going to try and go for some fish snipes with the navy that I do have. My fish is already all down. Cyan has come in behind me and has killed all my fishing ships while I was microing my galleys. Getting up my second TC, I'm going to go in for these fishing ships of Blues. Not interested in winning, I just want to kill fishing ships, just to hurt their economy. I think my second TC has possibly gone up already, but I'm not. There we go, I've just started to queue. So it's pretty good damage. I've killed 2 players' fish just by going into water myself. I'd say that was worth it. Grey's score is pretty bad. He's still in Feudal Age at 21 minutes, and he's only on 1,000 score. And Blue also, I guess, is still in Feudal Age. Anyway, while I'm at it, so basically now that I'm in Castle Age and getting my 3 TCs up, I'm just going to take it off my view lock, and we're gonna have a look on the other side. So Matters is in a tower fight against Grey, and he's actually towering Grey, which is really nice. This tower, I guess, secures his stone, which is a good thing. And this one, I probably would have preferred if he got in here, but I guess the tower... Actually, no, that's a good tower because it pushes Grey off his lumber camp. Over here, Blue has been towering Matt's TC, so Matt's kind of forced to evacuate. So he's run his vills across the river into Croker's base. And Croker is in a bit of a castle war against the Malian player. The Malian player's already got rams onto Croker's castle. Let's have a little bit of a look and see what Croker's doing. So he's getting petards, and he's going to try and take down the rams with petards. He kills 1. Pretty costly. He's got a Mameluke over there in Green's Eco, which I guess is good. He's got a couple of villager kills. Yeah, so basically all of my other 3 teammates are in a messy shit fight. I guess Matters here, he's still in Feudal Age, but he probably could have gone some economy behind his push, but he's doing a good job keeping Grey under control anyway. So going back to my view lock, I can see that Blue's got his dock villager over there, so I'm going to go and attack his villager with my villager. I think I might have damaged his villager with the galleys. Yeah, so I'm going to win that fight unless he runs me into some fire ships or something. So I've gotten in Bowsaw, I've gotten in Heavy Plow, and I'm queuing in Stone Mining. I'm going to try and get a castle up as quick as possible, because I think Croker was saying he needed some help. And I'm starting to make some farms. I've got plenty of villagers on wood. Floating a little bit of wood here at the moment. 5 villagers on gold. Got some berries there. And here, because Blue's market is in that position, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to build a siege workshop. I'm going to get a battering ram up and destroy his market, because then he'll have to rebuild it. And I can also kill his houses that are there as well. I'm getting a wheelbarrow. So I probably should have got a wheelbarrow a little bit sooner, but that's fine. We're currently losing in score at the moment, but that's because Jack of Diamonds is on water. And I'm just going to go back with those galleys. There's nothing I can do against Castle Age fire ships there. Finally, Grey has made it to Castle Age, but Matters is still in Feudal, unfortunately. The score's pretty close. We're only 100 points behind, so in spite of like what's happening to everyone else, I guess my score is 1,000 points ahead of the next person on my team, but it's kind of the same on the other team. Like the guy that's on water, his score is inflated because water kind of inflates your score. So technically, like I'm in the best economic position out of anyone in the game at the moment. Their second best player is the guy that's in the tower fight with Matt, which is Blue. But I think he's actually winning the tower fight. So I got my 3 Ts up. I'm making a defensive castle right on my town centre. I did hear something from Croker about there being Gebettos around. I've actually got the house here and I've sent Croker a little bit of food because I think he was struggling with his economy. I'm just going to quickly take off my view lock again. So one of the things that the guys probably should have done here is expanded down to the south, because there's like a lot of room over here and like around this way. So I think that's one thing that you need to try and do, is instead of just focusing on the one thing, it's important to think about your position on the map and how you can use it to take advantage. And I guess Croker's starting to do that now by putting a castle there, and Matt's putting a defensive castle on the hill. Matters is in Castle Age. I would like to see a second town centre from him. Let's see how his resources are going. He doesn't have the wood for it at the moment. I don't know if he's got a market. So what I would do is Matters here is sell some food, buy some wood. I guess he's got his second TC going up because his economy balance is a little bit off. Alright, so back to my view lock. Alright, so I've got the ram onto the Blues market. It's almost down. I'm building a 4th town centre. I've got 32 on food at the moment. I've got a Centurion harassing Green's villagers, and I've just managed to sort of find some. I don't know what they were doing. They're going to build something, I assume. A couple of ill picks, which is nice. So I just need to. I've got quite nice food. I just need to put some more villagers on gold so I can click Imperial Age. I think I ended up selling some resources, and there's the Gebettos that Croker was talking about. So they're probably going to be beelining for my economy. So quickly I'm building a castle in the middle of my eco with the excess stone, queuing up a couple of monks, and I'm going to be making some scorpions for defense as well, because scorpions are very good against Gebettos. So I think that's the second siege workshop that I'm building, yes. And I'm going to click Imperial here in a second. I just need to, yeah, there we go. Alright, Imperial coming up. I've got 2 extra siege workshops coming up. Castle in the middle of the eco, pulling the villagers away from the exposed wood line, building an outpost, and I'm moving the villagers to a backward line because I don't want to be losing a few villagers when I'm not looking. Starting to kill up the scorpions, keeping my economy running, and I'm going to expand on the map, and I'm going to make a mining camp over on that stone, because gold and stone control in Nomad is important. There are heaps of gold and stones all over the map. Here come the Gebettos, so he hasn't actually looked at what he's doing, so I get 3 hits from the TC and 2 monks converting on the Gebettos, 1 conversion, 2 conversions, and before he even stops to do anything, I lose a monk, but that was completely worth it, and luckily I was looking in the right spot at the right time, and I was able to see that coming. Now I've got 24 idle villagers for some reason. I've got to fix the idols. I think they're all under the the mining camp next to that town centre ran out. I'm pretty sure that's what it was, so I'm going to move those away. Build probably a 5th town centre actually. And now I'm going to build a forward castle, and I'm going to start pushing green, queuing up some scorpions. So Roman's sort of ideal composition a lot of the time is legionary scorpion. That's a composition that I've has worked against me when I've been playing against Romans before, but I actually haven't had too much success going it myself. Considering I've got a couple of castles, and I'm, I can make centurions, which is probably one of the most expensive units in the game, at least non-siege unit. I think they're more expensive than paladins, but there's plenty of gold on Nomad, so it's a map that you can make centurions in.
Yes.
So I haven't taken any risks with my economy or my castles. I've put them all at home. I've kept them sort of defensive, and I'm just slowly expanding out. And I remember there was like a pause in the game around this time. That's why the chat is going on. And during the pause, I was discussing with Croker about how we were going to go about killing green. So I said I was going to come into the back of him. So there, I built the castle next to a stone to secure more resources. Economy balance is reasonable. I definitely need some more farms though. Getting out some trebuchets, just a bit of idle town centre there. Got all of my eco upgrades in except for crop rotation, which kind of don't really need. So that's all good. And I guess Roman 5% efficiency is going to be handy. Getting in heavy Scorpion nice and early. It's nice to be able to afford that in early Imperial Age. Really nice. Block printing for the monks. And I've just spotted that Cyan is coming there to make a castle. With any luck, I'll be able to deny that. He's got quite a scary score at the moment. Well, I guess my score is almost 6,000, so none of the players on their team are anything close to me, but I've had pretty much a free boom. But I kind of did the same strategy that Cyan did. I went water into boom. As heavy Scorpions come in, this should let me hopefully deny this castle. Here comes some Eagle Warriors. I think have just gotten upgraded to... I think it was just the Eagle Warrior upgrade coming in. So I should be able to kill these with the Scorpions. Roman Scorpions have minimum range as well, so you can actually shoot closer than any other Scorpions in the game. So I was able to take those out. Keeping the 4 town centers right. I'm getting in the armor for the Centurions, and I'm queuing up some extra Centurions from the castles, some extra monks as well. I'm going to pop another castle in that spot, because I need to set up a position from which I can siege Cyan and Green. And then now Matt is in a bit of trouble, and he was asking for some resources, so I sent him some stone. Now, just while this is happening, just have a quick pause, and we're gonna have a look at the other side to see what's happening. Alright, so Matters is into 3 TCs. For some reason, there's a bunch of green villagers here. Hopefully he realizes that and kills them. Matt's original TC has been castle dropped, and Blue has made galleys in the peninsula. Well, actually, it's not a peninsula. It's more like a cove, I guess, or in the river. And he's pressuring Matt, who has kind of reboomed just in this little area here. Again, these guys kind of really need to expand this way because there is extra resources over here. But I guess like they're in a kind of a shitty spot. But I guess they do have this space that they could go, and instead of walling this off like Croker's doing, I think I can understand why. I guess because there is the looming threat that stuff from the Cyan player is going to be coming. But I would like to see economy over here. And same with Matters, like there's a lot of space over here that is free and over here, and it would have been nice if he'd expanded out that way a little bit more. But that's fine. Alright, so back to my new one. Oversaturating that gold pile. So now that I've got Centurion in, I've got a couple of upgrades in, I'm starting to work on the Legionary upgrades, getting in Man-at-Arms. Ideally, I would like it to get in Siege Engineers, and Chemistry, and also the unique tech that improves the Roman Scorpions. Queued up +4 armor now. Forging, I need to fix my economy a little bit. Using the auto farm there to make that mill with the farms. Working on that mine castle, bringing over a couple of trebuchets. I'm floating a lot of resources here. I probably could have been doing a little bit better with production. But I guess from the castles here, I should have been making extra Centurions. Floating a lot of gold. So yeah, sort of military production in this early Imperial stage for me hasn't been the best. I should have had more land unit, like non-siege units on the field. Like I really needed to have more Centurions to start work on the Legionary production as well. I'm just a little bit slow to it. Unfortunately, I'll lose that trebuchet to the Mangonel. Clearing up extra trebuchets now. I think the ram has finished killing blue's buildings. There might be a couple more. That castle's probably going to go down. I'm going to go in and snipe the repair villages with the centurions. Again, as I'm watching this back, my production behind this is not very good, but it's allowing me to get in the unique tech for the centurions. Commit a ton says. In some other games I haven't been able to afford because it's quite expensive. I think it's 1,200 resources, and because I've got multiple castles, I figured I may as well go elite centurion. I haven't actually noticed that I have eagles in my economy. There we go, now I've realised. But there's eagles to the left of screen that I didn't notice. So I've just lost a bunch of villages on the farms to the left. While that's happening, I'm just going to take the view lock off. Yeah, so I haven't noticed this at all. So I'm losing villages here on this TC. I'm currently on 120 villas, but I'm going to lose quite a lot more, I think. And then my forward is being killed by eagles. So those are, I think, elite eagle warriors, and I don't have enough things. So I'm trying to lost all of my forward scorpions, lost all of my centurions. I'm in a bit of a tight spot here. But I've got castles up. Here comes the Galleys as well. So now I'm building in extra barracks, and I've got to protect myself from the eagles. Again, the eagles off screen, they're still killing, like there's still one eagle in my wood line killing villages. And currently I'm in a bit of a pickle with my economy. I've got 22 on food, I don't have much food, I don't have much gold, but I've got 1,000 stone. And I'm getting attacked on the other side as well. What's going on over there? Oh no, Shotel warriors. So I'm getting attacked by 3 players in my economy at the moment, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. Down to 88 villages. I'm going to try and put out all these fires. Queuing up some extra heavy scorpions. I'm going to try and save some of those. I did not realise it was this bad. Yeah, so they're getting the better of me here, but again, like I am still many points ahead of everyone else in the game. I have had quite a nice free boom. I think these Shotel warriors actually end up killing a couple of villages. So that Shotel there has not many hit points. How many villages does he? He kills quite a few villages actually. Pretty sure I come back to it. So that's 3. There we go. Oh dear. Alright, so now Matt is actually doing a good job. He's in on Green's eco. We do have the top score at the moment, so that's good. I need to fix my farming eco. I'm floating 700 wood, so I need to get... this is when I've noticed, oh, where are all my villages that were on that TC? They're all killed by those eagle warriors. I didn't even notice. So luckily I've got 5 town centres. It'll allow me to reboom a little bit. To be frantically throwing up farms. So I've got enough defense to sort of hold that position. The other team really should have been pushing me with some trebuchets right about now. So now it's just, I've got to fix my economy again. So I'm back to 100 villages. I'm still queuing up scorpions. Actually, I've got 6 town centres now. So I should be able to get back up to the 130, 40 villages that I want. And I guess did I research town patrol? I'm just going to double check that. I have a feeling I did. From the town centre. No, so that's with just town watch. So that outpost has actually been quite handy there. So I'm healing my wounded centurions, the eagles onto my outpost. All the fires are out in my base, and I've expanded my economy towards the north as well. So now I just need to zone out these eagles. Moving the scorpions and the centurions. Centurions will be quite good against those eagles. Just curious to see whether he's got, yeah, so he's got El Dorado, and then green is also starting to push me a little bit as well. Should be able to win that fight, no problem. Lock off for a second. So I don't think I have in all of the blacksmith upgrades. I think I've only got forging and iron casting. Yeah, so I don't have blast furnace. And I think possibly I forgot to research any more blacksmith upgrades. I just realized that then. Yeah, so I've got idle TCs here, but again, I'm up to a relatively decent villager number. I'm putting up some more, and again, just need to fix the economy balance. I'm floating plenty of stone. So I've got the opportunity to make more castles. Now I'm getting in town patrol. I'm building in some trebuchets and I'm going to start pushing Cyan. While I'm waiting for that to happen, Matt and Croker are doing a good job over here on green. Croker, however, has unupgraded Mamelukes, which is not great because it's... I guess he's still in Castle Age though. This is going to be nasty. I've seen Croker do this a few times. You really need to have upgrades on Mamelukes. Like, it'd be nice to have the attack upgrades there. I guess he's still doing a pretty good job. But he could be doing better than what he is. The Eagles have cleaned up map. Japanese has made it to Imperial Age. And now I'm starting to push into Cyan's economy with the Centurions. And I've got a trebuchet there working on the barracks. Green actually has economy here as well. While I'm doing that, I'm just going to fix my economy a little bit. I'm a bit low on gold at the moment. Let's get some more villages on gold, and now I'm at 200 bomb. Just sending in Centurions. I want to try and get into their economy to slow them down. So Eagle Warriors are no match for Centurion Heavy Scorpion here. Should easily win that. Idling his TCs. He's got 4 town centers there. Getting in siege engineers. And start to send some resources to my allies. I think Matt he was asking for wood for a lot of this game actually. But again, like, you know, just wait till that castle goes down. So Cyan's trying to run some villages. Should be able to take those down pretty easily. Just gonna go and see. So Blue is actually coming in with Arbalests. So this is the 1300 Elo guy. These are the best Arbalests in the game against archers because they fire really quickly and they're basically just killing everything that comes into contact with them. Because Croker doesn't have he doesn't have Bracer, and Matt's only got +1/+1, and then Mamelukes with no upgrades is not going to do anything either. So they're both getting pushed by Grey there. Matt has just got an interesting stalemate here against Grey. And now I'm starting to send some stuff to my allies. So Green and Teal are starting to run their economy. I should be able to kill most of those villages. So he's running into Croker's castle, that's kind of funny. Just working on killing all the buildings. Now, I kind of thought that I had semi-defeated Teal here. However, one thing I didn't notice is that he started 4 TC rebooming over in the corner. I had absolutely no idea about this because I haven't got any vision on that part of the map. So again, I'm starting to send some more resources to Matt, getting in Legionary. I'm at 200 pop, I'm starting to float resources. This is the first time that I've looked over and seen that Blue is pushing into their base. And I've got plenty of Legionaries, which should be pretty good against that. But again, I'm missing one attack upgrade from the Blacksmith. I do have in +4 armor though, and there's Cannon Galleon working on some of my buildings there as well. Alright, so now the Eagle Warriors are also over harassing Matt's economy. That's Matt's reboom, that's not good. And Croker's got a lot of villages over there too. And they're sending some Legionaries over there. Here they come. I'm just going to peel a couple off into the wood line there, so I kill those villages. And I send Matt 200 wood, 1,000 food, and 500 gold. There's spotted some extra farmers there from Teal, so I just want to make sure I kill all of those villages. And kill all of these houses, and I probably could have used the trebuchets a little bit better here, but I thought that maybe he had mission ships still working, so I'm going to use the trebuchets to kill his docks as well. Getting in banking so it doesn't cost me any resources to sling, it doesn't cost me any tax to sling my allies. And I'm going to send the Legionaries over and start helping them on the other flank. Just make sure I get all of those docks down. Matt is rebooming yet once again. He's probably being cleared out. His whole base has been cleared out by the Arbalest and Chotel push from blue. Got heaps of trebuchets over. He's come across this crossing. Starting to build siege workshops. Matt is starting to move his reboom over here. Again, he's still got 5 trebuchets alive, which is good. So I'm just going to take a quick pause and have a look at the economy. Alright, so I'm at 122 villages and 78 army, 200 pop. Croker's got 100 villages, which is good. Matt, however, is down to 27, and Matters is at 66. But again, on the other team, Green is down to 5 villages. And where are his 5 villages? He's got one there. Where are they? Or is it just one villager? I can only see that one. 5 villages. Okay, so he's putting a TC there. Yeah, okay, so he's had to run vills, so he's been killed pretty bad. Grey is about in the same situation as Matters. He's in Imperial Age, he's got Arbalest with +4, but same villages as Matters. So Matters has done a good job basically keeping this into a stalemate, even though like the other guy's 2,000 points ahead of him. This has been fine because he's kind of just kept him busy the whole game. And Cyan is down on 48. I've killed all of his stuff over here, but unfortunately I haven't spotted the reboom. And I had a feeling that they had fishing economy. Cyan has some. So his fish was probably the only player that I didn't touch, because I went in, I killed Blue's fish, I killed Grey's fish, and I don't know what happened to Green. Did he actually end up docking? Yes, he did. So I think possibly one of the other players on our team might have killed his fish. Alright, so back to my vlog, sorry. So I'm looking over here, I'm just moving my army forward. So I've got Scorpions, which are doing reasonable damage against the Arbalest, but they're still pretty strong. Unfortunately, the Scorpion pathing isn't too good, and they're sort of going in weird directions. And my Centurions probably didn't get the best engagement there possible. Again, Croker still doesn't have any upgrades in his Mamelukes. He doesn't have Bloodlines either, so that he could have, if he had upgrades on those and got an elite, that would have been much better. And it's actually not the first game that I've seen him do that either with those units. But he's got almost full upgrades on the elite skirmishers though, and that here doesn't have chemistry. I think that might be the only upgrade that he's missing, and that is exactly what he needs to make against the units that are being made at the moment from blue. I don't know if I have the unique tech that gives the Scorpions faster firing yet, but unfortunately the Ethiopian player is building bombard cannons, and that's kind of annoying. I'm going to need Croker's help to snipe those. There we go. So we're starting to push blue back. Starting to close lots of resources again, 4,000 food, 1,500 gold. I'm just microing the Scorpions, they should be able to make short work of those Shogun warriors. But the bombard cannons are still getting some nice shots on my Scorpion mass. Here's Matt moving his trebuchets. I'm just trying to find where all of my idle military units are and just move them over to where the fight is. You can also see that Matters is now being pushed by Grey. So it's just a matter of, now that I've destroyed Green and Cyan's bases, I just have to actually move my forces over to that side of the map. I'm just trying to find where all of my units are. Now I can see the Greys with some TCs over the top there. So we've now almost reclaimed Matt's old base. And what I've decided to do is that I'm finding that if we try and push across here, it's going to be kind of annoying because it's a small choke point, and the Ethiopian player with docks, arbalists and bombard cannons is going to be able to defend that quite easily. So what I've decided to do is I'm going to go around the other way, and I'm going to help Matters out on this front. So I'm able to help him sort of get into Grey's units over here. We've cleared up a lot of the arbalists already. Again, I've got a lot of idle military. I just need to consolidate my forces. I've still got some galleys alive as well. Just They're finding all the units and moving them across. Getting Centurions there. Got 2 hits off, killed 1 Arbiter, so kind of not worth it really. Blue's doing a really nice job holding that choke point. But again, some of it is due to the fact that Croker doesn't have any upgrades on the Mavericks. Some of it. It's really annoying to try and pass. Like, I'm having a lot of issues with the Scorpion part in there. Finally getting them across the bridge. Alright, so Matters and I have cleared up Grey's forces on the front. I think I was just queuing Centurions from the castles to that position. Do I even have armor on my legionaries? That's one question that I wanted to know, because again, I've forgotten to get blacksmith upgrades. So I'm missing blast furnace. What do I have on legionaries? Where are my legionaries?
Salve.
I don't have any armor. Oh dear. I knew I'd forgotten something. I was wondering why they were dying. There's a point in the game later on where I was like, they're dying suspiciously easy to those eagles. So I've tried to redock here. Unfortunately, Grey's got galleons on me, and I'm coming over. I'm going to build a castle. I'm going to push from the other side, and I've decided that the best way to end this game is to go for their economy rather than to try and just fight them on the front. So here we go. I'm walking into Grey's eco with 41 Centurions. Sorry, Blue's eco. Oh, there's some trebuchets. Nice. Grey and Blue's eco rather, and I'm still continuing to sling resources to my allies. I just want to split the Centurions up and just try and kill as much economy as I can. Particularly from Blue, because Blue's the one carrying the other team at the moment on 18,000 score. So I'm starting to get up some fire ships just in that little river. Okay, that's good, that's good. There's lots of town centres here, lots of villages. I don't know if he's noticed that I'm raiding him. I don't think he's got murder holes in, maybe? No. I'm not going to use those trebuchets to try and push the crossing. I'm going to send them around, because I think the spot on the peninsula is a much better spot to push from. So Blue has noticed that I'm in his eco. I'm just making sure to split my cavalry up just to get as many villages as I can. I don't particularly care if I lose those units, because I have plenty of resources. I can always make more. Now, there's a lot of defensive buildings there that I need to push. So I'm queuing in some extra trebuchets. And right now, something that I haven't noticed is my economy is getting wrecked by teal. I had absolutely no idea, because I'm so busy at the front. And despite the screams going off, I still haven't noticed. I don't think that that's happening. So if you look up at the top, my villages is now down to 93 when it was at 122. So I've just lost 30 villages from that raid from Cyan. Still haven't noticed yet. Again, Blue is pushing back across the crossing. He's down to elite skirmishers. I'm just waiting for a trebuchet. Still haven't noticed that I'm losing villages, down to 85. So I'm focusing on getting the push started, getting the trebuchets up on those defensive castles from the other team. Now I've noticed that it's happening. I'm getting in masonry, down to 79 bills. I've just lost a castle to rams. I'm queuing up some extra centurions, so I'm going to try and push this back. Again, the score still isn't... It's not like we've 100% won it, because if I get taken out from behind, Blue can still rip through my allies. So I need legionaries here. That they get a bonus damage against infantry, and I've also got the charge attack research, but unfortunately I've forgotten to research the armor, so they're not doing as good as they should be. They're taking, I think, I'm missing 4 armor, so they could be doing a lot better than they are currently against those halberdiers. 34 idle villages at the moment. Just seeing if I can keep that castle up. I ended up destroying the siege ram. The legionaries there are winning that fight under the town centre, which is good. And I've got my squadron of elite centurions there that I can protect my trebuchets with. And now I've got to try and fix my economy again. I've got heaps of wood so I can make some farms. Got to ungarrison all my town centres. And there we go. I've seen that the barracks are coming up, so I know that I need legionaries over there. I don't have any food at the moment. I'll send the centurions over. I'm starting to queue up extra villages because I need to get my villager number back up. That's one important thing when you've been raided like this, is you really need to reboom with extra villagers. Grey has now built another silo base at the top there. He's got 3 trebuchets and a bunch of halves. But my trebuchets at the front haven't had any answer, so I've left those unguarded for now. Destroyed a few defensive buildings, just trying to find all my idle military. The legionaries are doing good work there at the front. I just have to make more farms. All Greg's halves are cleared up. I should be able to clear up that siege. Keep queuing up the villages. 5 extra trebuchets because it's just about taking down the town centres and the trebuchets at this stage. Just while I'm doing that, I'm just going to have another look over here. So, Blue has gone Galleys to defend the crossing, and unfortunately the other guys are mostly on skirmishes. Croker does have a lot of bombard cannons here with siege engineers, and Matt has onager. So, I think here some docks down the side could have also been nice, like some fire ships or something like that. I did end up making some, but I didn't end up using them, and my docks over here unfortunately kind of got cleaned up. So I've still got the line of trebuchets in the front. Seeing the Shotel warriors and the pikemen coming in. I've got 3 monks nearby, so I'm going to send those over and try and get those to save the trebuchets. Get up some more elite centurions. Convert the Shotel warriors as preference because then they'll kill the pikemen. And unfortunately, I've been cleared up again by the halberdiers, but they're calling GG. Blue's dead. I take the view lock off. He's down to 43 villages. He's got resources, but I guess because he kind of knows it's over. And the other guys had made it across the crossing. Where are the bombard cannons? There's one left. Oh, they're all over here. Okay. Yeah, so the guys ended up making it across, and I think they realised that, they weren't going to be able to take the army that's come across here. Matters, he's on 75 villages. He's been doing a reasonable job just annoying Grey and keeping Grey pincered down. He's been raiding their reboom over here with Eagle Warriors, Elite Eagle Warriors, which is nice. And he's ended up sort of migrating his economy, which was initially here, or initially here, sort of over into this area. And then Matt did a nice reboom, sort of in the middle, ended up getting back to 130 villages when he was down to 26. So that's a very nice reboom from Matt, and he's at 200 pop, basically 193 there. And Croker also kind of maxed out. Grey had been out of the game for quite a while. Matters did a great job against him, and then when I came in to help him, we basically finished him off, and my Centurion raid basically killed most of his economy. And then Teal did a nice job rebooming in the corner here, but it wasn't enough, and I was very happy with my performance in this game because in situations where I've had someone do this to me, I haven't been able to win the game. But I think it's because the other guys played quite well. I think Matt did a great job to, initially he'd been destroyed twice, so he did a great job staying in the game and rebooming back to full strength. And Croker did a nice job. He didn't get beaten by Green, and Blue and Matt and Croker did an excellent job. At least holding Blue eventually pushing him back across the crossing. And basically just I had until the point where I got raided by three players, I had an untouched economy. So I kind of the strategy that I used in this game worked out quite well. Like the water into the boom, and I was able to kill 2 players worth of fish. So I definitely think the water investment at the start was good. And the players that I killed the fish from was Grey, who had a very bad time economically, and Blue, who did quite a good. He was their best player on the other team, obviously, but if he got like a free fish boom, he might have won them the game. And this is my first win with Romans on this map, and I think I liked the fact that I went into Elite Centurions and I had the economy to be able to afford them because they're a super strong unit. 6 melee armor, 7 pierce armor, and 155 hit points. I actually don't think I got bloodlines or husbandry now that I think about it. So I've actually forgotten heaps of upgrades. Bloodlines, husbandry, blast furnace, and the armor for the infantry. So
Impera.
yeah, I definitely forgot a lot of things this game, but I was still able to get the job done. I did get in siege engineers. Did I end up getting the unique tech for the scorpions in the end? I'm not sure if I did. It's like the castle age unique tech. I did. Scorpions fire 33% faster, so I did end up getting that in. All right. Yeah, so Legion Centurion Scorpion was good, and then Legionaries against the Eagle Warriors. I think that worked out quite nicely. But again, like I had the literal best spot on the map, like complete free boom. And apart from like late game raids, my economy was untouched, which was really nice. And Romans are a great civ to have a good economy with because of the 5% bonus. Alright, I think that's going to be it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed this replay. It was quite a stressful game, not necessarily for me, but for my other teammates who were under very stressful situations. And if we look at the endgame stats, I actually ended up slinging them 17,000 resources, which is something that I haven't really understood the importance of until I've been watching a lot of Rage Forest. And I guess a lot of players' streams. Like before Rage Forest started, I noticed that as soon as players were 200 pop floating resources, they were slinging resources to their team. I think it's very important to do that. I think the slinging really helped, particularly Matt, who received 11,000 of those resources, to stay in the game, and so that we didn't get swept by Blue. Alright, thanks for watching guys, and I hope you look forward to the next video.